Pen you well, leave me alone when I'm in my zone. Microphone in my hand, tick-tocking like a metronome. What's up, it's Penuel the Black Pen. I just come from taking a walk. I normally take walks. I used to run back in the day, 2015, when I was fit. That was when I ran the Comrades Marathon, and it was the up run, Durban to Pietermaritzburg, and I did the Two Oceans Ultra Marathon in Cape Town as well. These days, I don't have much time to run, but I still try to keep fit, so I take walks. And what happens with the walks is they really, really allow me to think, introspect. I was speaking to Ernst van Zyl, one of the leaders of AfriForum, and one of the things he said to me is a lot of the philosophers of the past would come up with some of their greatest philosophies while taking walks. There's something really fresh about your body moving and being stimulated, and worse if you're having a conversation with someone. That is the best time to have conversations. And even last year and this year, I do consults where I have one-on-one consultations with people, and I'd have them around the Johannesburg Botanical Gardens, which is close to where I live. And we'd walk around beautiful scenery, which used to be a part of Geldenese's farm, along with Melville Kopi's West Park Cemetery, Emmarentia, part of Linden, I think a part of Montgomery Park, part of Marks Park as well. So yeah, Geldenese farm, all of that. So I take walks and consult with people, and we speak about business, finance, personal issues, their relationships, their children. And so I just come from taking a walk. That's what I was trying to say. A couple of things have been happening this week, and that's what I'm here to speak about. First and foremost, I don't know when this video will drop. I'm making it at 9:45 in the morning on Saturday, the 16th of December. It is a public holiday, Day of Reconciliation. Yesterday, the 15th of December, we were celebrating the Springbok Rugby World Cup victory. And so many people that know that I'm an All Blacks fan were telling me, hey Baba, it's not your holiday, Baba. When now you go to work? It's not your holiday. The next public holiday in New Zealand is in February. Waitangi Day. So they're like, look, you'll celebrate in February, but don't celebrate on the 15th. I did celebrate, though. You're not going to tell me. Celebrated Siya Kolisi, Cheslin Colby, Bongi Mbonambi, Peter Steph Tutoy, Willie Leroux, Henry Pollard, Manny Libok, Faf de Klerk, Malcolm Marx, Magazole Mapimpi, Damien Willemse, all the boys. And of course, Rassi Erasmus, Jacques Nienaber, and the entire team, the entire squad and staff of the Springboks. Thank you so much for an amazing victory in France, in bringing home the Rugby World Cup back to back. So South Africans got to celebrate the Springboks yesterday. So that's the first thing. The second thing, like I said, today is a holiday. Ex-President Jacob Zuma is apparently going to be hosting a press conference to say something big politically. I spoke to some friends yesterday, and one of the rumors is that he may be launching a new political party. I think it would not be well advised. Umsholozi is a bit old, a bit tired. He should be resting. He should just become an ambassador of the ANC and become an elder like ex-President Thabo Mbeki. But it will be interesting, and Kgalema Motlanthe, of course. It would be interesting if he does. The rumor is that he's going to be launching a political party called Umkhonto Wesizwe. Ace Magashule, the expelled ex-Secretary General of the ANC, launched his own it's the ACT, African Congress of Transformation. And then Umavuso Msimang, an elder in the ANC, resigned from the ANC, had a meeting with Fikile Mbalula, rejoined the ANC again, and many people are questioning his integrity because his reason for resigning was the ANC has become a very corrupt party and he's not proud of it. So the question is, are you saying it's become less corrupt in a few days? Or did Fikile Mbalula and the guys threaten to release some of your files they might have? Or did they offer you a better slice within their corruption? So Mavuso Msimang kind of losing some credibility and leaving the ANC for the right reasons, but then rejoining it, and people don't know why. What else? Rob Hersov, good mate of mine, was trending this week for a clip. I think it's an old clip speaking about an independent Western Cape. It's a conversation that needs to be ongoing. Many people do not know how a country is set up. I saw a white person on Twitter, X, saying any white person who believes in the idea of a country within a country is stupid. And I'm like, but what does that say about Lesotho and Eswatini? And are you saying that the idea of the colonial borders and countries and independent states we have today in South Africa, Angola, Nigeria, are you saying those are stupid? Countries are created by human beings. You just have to get enough support on the ground, and then you have to go and pitch to the United Nations and make sure that other countries acknowledge you as well. We used to have the Soviet Union. Today we've got Russia, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, These were all Ukraine. These were all one nation of the Soviet Union. So countries can be created. It is not impossible. The late king of the Zulus, Uzwelithini, threatened to make iKwaZulu an independent state. And at the time I was excited because I thought Ngonyama Trust with its 3 million hectares was going to become an independent state of KwaZulu to mimic Eswatini, with the King Mswati. We've got Orania now, which is it's not an independent state. It's a small little town that has been fenced off, which is doing amazing work. And I want to give a shout out to the founder, one of the founders, Karol Bosov, and to the current leader, US Stradom, who I owe a visit to as well. I'd love to go and see the town of Orania. I've been saying that I think Orania needs to franchise. They need to package this thing and then they need to tell all South Africans, whether you are Zulu, whether you are Tswana, whether you are Shembe, whether you are Jewish, to be like, we have come up with a franchise of how to build a closed community for people with a single culture, and we can help you guys set up. It would be more special for me if townships, certain townships like Soweto, maybe under Nhlanhla Lux, maybe Alex, maybe Mlazi, to be like, we will fence ourselves like Orania, and then we will get rid of all the non-locals in this place. We are going to only be for people within the space who share the culture. It doesn't have to be race. It can be multiracial, but one culture. And then we will make sure the businesses here are run by our people. We'll make sure that we go off-grid and insulate ourselves from ANC government corruption. We will make sure that we build our own economy and. It's a form of segregation. People are like, you want to bring back apartheid? But there are people that speak about Bophuthatswana and those places. Venda. I think it was the Transkei, if I'm not mistaken. Some of these places that were going to be self-sufficient and brilliant, universities, media houses, etc. We missed out because of the apartheid government and its oppression and exploitation of black people, where we could have built these one cultural spaces that are thriving and that live in conjunction and in collaboration with other spaces. So Rob Hersov was trending on social media for that. We of course lost Ubulelwa Mkutukana, who is Zahara. I'm not sure when she's being laid to rest. It may be today. I know her memorial service was held on Thursday. I saw Vusinova leading there. I saw Ntando. I think Uringo Madlingozi was there. A good friend, mentor, and brother, DJ Sbu, was there as well to pay his respects. And so many other people. I think Unomcebo Zigode of Jerusalem was there as well. And it's been a week of reflection. You know, speaking about Zahara. Of course, one of the trending stories is record labels exploiting artists. DJ Sbu, close friend and brother, Wetu TK Ngiza, who were the founders of TS Records, were accused of exploiting Zahara. You know, and it becomes a conversation. DJ Sbu has defended himself many times. And I brought back an old video that I made a couple of years ago. I brought back an old piece, which did really well on Twitter X, where I was speaking about how record labels are run. I'm going to be posting another one because I've written it and posted it a while back, which was linked to Uvatiswa Ndaga, speaking against the Fergusons, Connie Ferguson and the late Shauna Ferguson, and how production companies work as well. The other conversation that was raised, that I raised, was Zahara was moved, I think, from Netcare Olive Dale Hospital to a public hospital. I think her medical aid funds had been depleted. And the conversation around public and private healthcare and the differences. Dr. Cindy van Sale, the late Dr. Cindy van Sale, medical doctor, did not have medical aid because I think they were between medical aids. She passed away in a private hospital after her husband and her family had crowdfunded, I think, over 1.2 million rand. We've got the National Health Insurance, I think it's called NHI scheme, which has been approved, which a lot of doctors are complaining about. So what is going to be happening with NHA coming in? Is a private hospital going to be closed? Is medical aid going to be shut down? Or is there some other way it's going to work? Because many people do not trust public hospitals and public clinics, especially under the administration of the corrupt ANC government. We saw Dr. Zweli Mkhize, whose son was linked to Digital Vibes and corruption there. He stepped aside from the ANC. There was Upabita, who was murdered for being a whistleblower, I think at the Tembisa Hospital, for corruption there. So it is a mess. It is a mess. That's NHI, Rob Hersov, Independent Cape, Orania, Jacob Zuma. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything else. I've been watching Umnagwetu a lot, and I want to have conversations around polygamy. Of course, in this instance, polygyny, where a man has more than one wife. We need to speak about polyamory, where people have more than one romantic or intimate partner. And it's something that has been impacting my life in many ways. There was a time from 2012 to 2016 when I had 3 romantic partners at the time. I ended it back then, but then since then, been doing a lot of reflecting and introspecting, and I'm at a point where I generally have multiple partners, but it's a matter of how does it work best. How do you guys live? And you watch from Utando Nestem, Samsele, and how he lives his life with his 4 wives and his children. You watch Umnagwetu, which is a show that really, really upsets me because I hate the idea of trapping a woman into agreeing to a side chick becoming a formal wife. It is not nice. It's done on camera. It's a form of abuse. Imagine a show where women are bringing their husbands to sit down and they bring in this woman, let's say Celeste Ntuli, to come in and be like, Puti, this is your wife. Your wife has got something to say. And the wife is like, Baba, I have found another man and I'd like to bring him into our family. Men across South Africa would lose their marbles. They would be angry. The guys on the show would probably want to get violent. And everyone would be angry. This is not our culture. Where in African customs have we ever had polyandry? But it's to highlight how emotionally and psychologically abusive it is to have your married partner bring in someone else and then tell you, I've been seeing this person for 2 years, 3 years. It's heartbreaking. And then we force these women to agree. So Umnagwetu is a show that really upsets me, but it opens up the door to Yini is Tembu. What is polygyny and how do we manage it best? And when is it the right time to have more than one married partner? Is it when a man is looking to have more kids and his current wife is like, I'm fine with the 3 I have. If you want more, go get them outside. Is it when a man has cheated or got a side chick and gotten her pregnant and he's like, look, from a cultural perspective, I want to raise my child within a married home. So I will marry this woman to do the right thing, which still hurts your first wife, but it's you trying to fix a bad situation. So what's the best way to go about it? So I'm constantly grappling with these things and also even asking myself, why do I struggle with monogamy and being with one woman and committing? Do I need to go for therapy? Is there something we're doing wrong as men? Are we just greedy and selfish? And what role do women play in saying, I will not be intimate with you. I will not give you children until you marry me. So women have all this power of which women are liberal today. It's my body, my agent. I have agency over my body and my life. So I can sleep with whoever I want. I can be with, if I want to have a child as an independent modern woman who has her own money, why must I get married? Why must a man change my surname? Why must I wear a ring to show ownership? These are the conversations we need to have into sculpting families of the future that are thriving, that are healthy, where the children are raised within love and health and support. And polygamy, polygyny, maybe even polyandry. Beyonce with Jay-Z maybe wants to take a secondary husband because Jay-Z is busy, or Jay-Z has another wife and Beyonce is like, look, there are certain needs that are not being met. Not necessarily sexually, but in terms of I need a husband to show up at kids' events. I need a husband to discuss finances with, so I'm going to get a second husband. We need to have these conversations because if we don't, the people that run the world are going to decide these things on our behalf and we won't have a say. It's like this bogus democracy we have now where we claim we're in control, but we don't want Cyril Ramaphosa and we can't get rid of him. The NC is corrupt, but we can't get rid of some of their MPs. We're seeing blatant mismanagement of things, but they're not happening. We aren't able to fix, which means we actually don't have the power we claim. And the people who are just voting for a social grant, the people who are just voting for an RDP are forced with binary voting to only vote for one party, which means they now have to get Fikile Mbalula and Cyril and Praveen, who they will tell you, I don't like Cyril, I don't like Praveen, I don't like Mbalula. But in fact, I'd like to have a grant. In fact, I'd like to have an RTP. And the party I've been told is the best is the ANC. So now I'm stuck voting for this one party, but I can't fix these things because the system is broken and it's rigged so that we can't win. Like the rand manipulation scandals that we had recently. But please stay tuned to my Twitter X account @GodPenuel. I post really long posts there that I try to keep educational. Please stay tuned to my videos. I had Nhlanhla Lux on the Penuel show. A lot of people engaging, hearing from him. They hadn't heard from him in a while. And I guess as we round off this Gregorian calendar and the end of the year and the festive season, this is the best time to reflect on our lives, to engage on your life, your loved ones. Please use this time to connect with your family and friends. Go and build your family tree. Go and learn about family history from your elders, your aunts, uncles, your grandparents, if you're still blessed to have them. And if you're blessed to have elders, go and spend time with them because you never know when they're going to leave. Same with the young people, because people pass away now. Don't drink and drive. Don't be reckless on the roads. Don't be speeding. Don't drink too much. Alcohol abuse is another conversation we need to have along with the passing of Zahara. What prompted her to drink so much? How do we help other children? How do we help musicians who feel they're being exploited? What are the record labels doing right, wrong? TS Records, Mabala Noise, Ambitious, of course. So we need to have these conversations and use this passing as a learning experience. But take care of yourselves. I love you guys very much. I'll connect with you guys again. Let's hear what Tubabu Msholozi has for us, and let's have a great and blessed weekend. I'll catch up with you guys again soon. I'm launching a Stokvel for Penuelism, a Penuelism Stokvel. I want to use that Stokvel to create Penuelism centers of education, like churches or what churches used to be. And I'm going to be using those churches to begin building communities like Orania, which are going to be centered around Penuelism. But outside of just Penuelism, these spaces that are going to be mini cities that are going to be about running or creating the skills development that I want, that are going to be about manufacturing and farming, learning health, where we bring in African spirituality, where we bring in African medicine, where we speak about the future of the world we want, and we look to go off-grid and manufacturing our own power plants, and we look into renewables, we look into nuclear. There was another conversation, Josiento Ramohopa, the Minister of Electricity, announcing that South Africa is going to be looking into nuclear now, which Princess Mtombeni, the leader of Africa for Nuclear, is celebrating. Ladies like Amanda Mbele, who are nuclear ambassadors, who have been traveling the world saying South Africa and Africa need nuclear, are very excited about, and they're going to be hands-on. Learning from Kuberg in the Western Cape, which powers the Western Cape, looking into Nexa, looking into France, which I think 75 to 80% of their power is nuclear, and the future of sustainable energy to build a thriving South African economy. It's very exciting times. So I'm launching a Stokvel for that. I've created a WhatsApp group for people that are interested. I've also created a WhatsApp group for Johannesburg-based parents that are interested or that are practicing home education and homeschooling. I am looking into a future of hybrid schooling where we give our kids the best. The UCT Online High School, www.uctonlinehighschool.com, is offering applications for virtual learning for people that are interested. I'm going to drop their link in the description. You're going to go and check them out as well. And let's see how we can do best in upskilling our kids for the future. Penuel the Black Penny and Tandaga Kulu Bafetu Makaya. Danko. Geniet julle naweek. Sien julle wanneer? Môre? Maandag? Ek weet nie. Nyanthanda kakhulu bafethu. Penuel Pene Ensu. Raleboga. Cheers.